श्री एम आरिफ जी।
Madam Speaker,
जी
I rise to oppose these two
दीजिए ना।
bills.
हेलो।
The Central Vigilance Commission Amendment Act 2021 and the Central Delhi Special Police Act Amendment 2021. These two bills are against the concept of central vigilance and against the principle of Logayukta and against the various Supreme Court judgments already quoted by our senior members, C.N.K. Premendran and Manish Tiwari and others. The court had already directed not to extend the tenure of ED, especially CS Commissioner. So it is against the violation of Supreme Court order. There are many petitions are before the Honorable Supreme Court challenging the ordinance and for the judicial scrutiny. There is no defensible reason to promulgate the ordinance. Besides this, the notification is issued barely 15 days before the Parliament is set to start. Madam, today is a very memorable day. The December 9th, 1949, it was the day the Constituent Assembly was held. So our Constituent Assembly had discussed about the power of the President to promulgate the ordinance at length on 23rd May 1949, and doyens like H.V. Kamath, Pandit H.N. Kanzru and Professor K.T. Shah enlightened this discussion. Sir, our country is passing through nothing but a period of ordinance Raj, with almost important legislations brought in using the extraordinary powers of the executive bypassing legislature. Even while recognizing it is a negation of rule of law, our founding fathers reached in a consensus to meet the extraordinary circumstances wherein a law need to be promulgated when both houses are not in session. Sir, at least at the last 7 years after coming to power in 2014, the BJP government has brought in a total of 80 ordinances bypassing Parliament, and no other government has such a dubious record. Sir, coming to the bill. The bill is for extending the tenure of ED and CBI. Sir, Enforcement Director, the expansion of ED is become election duty, sir. Whenever there is an election announcement in the states, it has nothing to do but to tarnish the image of the state governments and the political leaders of the opposition parties by hook and crook. Sir, if there is an allegation against a political leaders except BJP, the ED appear before him and telling that there are so many allegations against you, you have two choices. One is that if the case is registered against you, you will be punished and your wealth will be seized and you will go to the jail and the rest of life in the jail. If you join BJP, the another choice, you can save your asset and you can enjoy the rest of life as your wish. And the ED is calling, that's why the ED is calling the election duty, sir. That's why several political leaders are turned to BJP. Sir, in our state, there was a clearly seen before the last assembly elections in Kerala, wherein ED used to appear before the media on a duty basis to enlighten the public on new false revelation against the government. In addition to the ED, there are 4 central agencies also had played in the tune of the central government: Customs, CBI, CNDG, NIA. What was the end result, sir? The people of the state of Kerala could not be made fool by the ED. Sir, there are 2 bills. I am only one member of participating my party. At least I give me a 6 minutes here. What was the end of the result, sir? The people of the state of Kerala could not be made fool by the ED, and they elected the incumbent LDF government with an overwhelming majority, rewriting the political history of the state, 60 seats out of 40, sir. Sir, this proposal for amendment falls foul of the judgment passed by the Honorable Supreme Court in the matter of Common Cause versus Union of India, writ petition number 1374/2020. It has specifically directed that the tenure of the incumbent director ED, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Mishra, which was known to expire in November 2021, cannot be extended further. The Supreme Court judgment in the said case was clear and absolute insofar that an extension could be granted was upheld, but an embargo was placed on further extension. This conclusion was based on a public understanding of the fact that the frequent extension created a perception with the right or wrong. The concerned civil servant is under pressure from the government to secure the extension. To be precise, the government adopts a carrot and stick policy towards its civil servants, stating that the reverse of carrots will be given for the playing to the tune of the government. Sir, the healthy revolving officers critical to the exercise of powers and dispensation of functions conferred upon such officers. There should be no apprehension that an extension of tenure of key appointments are dependent on the will, whims and fancies of the government. As the same is also is a violative of Article, sir, only 1 minute. Article 14 and 21 of the Constitution, India, insofar as other officers similarly ranked do not have this privilege, and the process of criminal investigation by these two agencies is feared to be less independent and more open to the political pressure on account of these changes. Sir, therefore, I vehemently oppose these two bills, which is against the conscience of democratically and constitutionally minded people of this country. Sir.